Hey guys, Coach here. Hey, I thought I would reach out to you after Napoleon Grills and Spotix reached out to me, and I thought I would share this review with you in order to highlight and promote the best features of this new barbecue that we got. Now, I'm not going to talk to you from a retail point of view, an expert point of view. I'm going to talk to you from a homeowner point of view and a barbecuer point of view, period. So, back in late July, early August, Spotix reached out to us and said, hey, we'd like you to review the Napoleon 500 Prestige line, the Connect version, and tell us what you think and give us a review in video form on what you think about the product itself. Now, let me tell you something. I have always been a 22-inch kettle guy with charcoal, with sometimes a little mesquite here and there or whatever. But pretty much for the last 45 plus years, that's all I've done. So having something like this guy at the house is a whole new realm for me. So I don't profess to be an expert in gas grilling, but I am an expert as far as the quality of the parts and pieces, the way it arrived, and the assembly, albeit there was lots of parts and pieces. It still was explained in a manner that even a rudimentary old guy could have figured out. And then the size of it. Now, comparatively speaking, this is a sofa compared to a milking stool as far as size goes. Look at the size of this thing. But what we have found in the past few weeks of using it and looking at it and playing and fiddling is that this thing is a whole new appliance for outdoor living. It really is. And I think what we found the most is the versatility that behind it. Because of the solid state ignition, the easy lighting, as opposed to, for us way up north up here, going on a very cool or even cold evening and wanting to cook something outside, just the flip of the switches is all it takes. No lighter fluid, no charcoal, and an ease of the connectivity of this, and I'll get into that in just a second. It tells me when I'm cooking or what I'm cooking and when it's ready. Up until now, it's always been basically my instinct and a temperature probe as far as whether I'm cooking beef or chicken or fish or whatever, I'm pork or whatever I was cooking, it was always instinct and experience on the kettle. Now this thing is telling me, hey, your pork chops are ready to go and they are 145 degrees. Go out there and pull them off. That's brand new to me. That's something that that threshold I have never crossed until now. Now, in looking at this thing, 4 burners plus a back infrared burner that's in the back there, the rotisserie capabilities if I wanted to do a whole chicken. The size of this, I could put 2 spatchcock chickens on here without any problem and cook them to perfection based on the temperature probes. I can't do that on that small kettle. So if I was entertaining and had multiple people here, I could do everything all at once and still pay attention to my guests, still be able to know literally via Bluetooth where the chicken is at and when it's going to be ready. And then if I did rotisserie, a combination of the burners and the infrared back burner and the rotisserie, I could cook a whole chicken on there in anywhere from 45 minutes to $1.10 and no problems. I could go do other stuff while Napoleon 500 is taking care of dinner. Now tonight we have rib chops pork rib chops and some fresh tomatoes right out of the garden. And we're going to cook those up in here. Pretty simple Simon stuff. And coming up with, we're here in September of 2025, so our fall and winters are ahead of us. This is going to go underneath the back porch, and I can go out there at any time of day or night, fire this thing up and go. And I don't have to worry about a lot of charcoal smoke and flame and everything else. It's all very safe, self-contained, and easy to use. It's also something that you can integrate into more elaborate outdoor living spaces, whether it be this one or the drop-in version into an outdoor kitchen assembly of one kind or another. And the quality of the stainless steel, the quality of the parts and pieces, and the way it's put together, you can tell the developers and the inventors of this put a lot of time and effort into it to make sure that it's not just a flimsy type of gas grill. This thing is literally a cooking appliance. One of the things that I really liked about it when I first started using it is the side burner over here. Not necessarily putting food directly on it, but coming out here with a cast iron skillet and literally searing a nice steak or something, flipping it over, searing the other side, and then putting it on the slower cook on the main burners. That is something that I could not do on the kettle. And so I was very impressed with that as far as one of the features of the Napoleon 500 line. I really was. This is something that is very easy to take care of. A little bit of Windex or glass cleaner on the stainless steel surfaces cleans it up and really takes care of it. Now, we did not have a cover provided on this, but we got one here recently, and it's kept it virtually brand new out here in a few rainstorms. And even one rainstorm where it wasn't covered, we came out the next morning, wiped it all down, got rid of all the water, and make sure that everything was dry, because we don't want any nuts and bolts or anything like that to rust. But the stainless steel is going to stay the way it is. The other feature I liked is a place to prep area or to stage area. As a barbecuer, you guys probably know, it's nice to have something around you other than just the lid. And when I was doing a lot of the kettle work, I always had to have a patio table or some form of resting spot where I could put a plate or utensils, etc. Here, everything is provided. You have utensil and towel storage over here. You have an additional towel and utensil storage over here. And the thermometers and other stuff, these kinds of guys where you can take and insert into the food, and everything is automated. One of the things and the mistakes that I made, being a noob, was when the burners are on, the solid state ignition and the battery backup on this thing shows which burners are on by turning from blue to red. And for me, I blew that the very first night. I left one of the burners on because I didn't turn it all the way off, and Maestro found it like an hour later, red hot, searing, white hot type of side burner over there. And it was something that I didn't realize, but she saw it right away. Another thing that I've never been available to me is storage underneath. And I know that this particular one is going to use things like little infuser trays, maybe some applewood chips or some mesquite chips, store it down in here. And then it's also able to monitor by weight how heavy the propane tank is. So if you're getting low on propane, it's going to show on the LED dash over here where it's at. Right now, yeah, it's telling me that we need to take the bottle in and have it refilled because it's getting a little low. Probably because I left it on for a long period of time. Also, some other features that are down in here that I have not used yet, but we do have a rotisserie capabilities here, And there are some other options that you can order through Spotix and Napoleon to enhance other types of cooking. I'll tell you what's really easy for you right here is that I will put right here and maybe right here some of the other accessories that go with this. I can't wait to get into some cold weather cooking and then really delve into this thing deep next year when it comes into warmer weather. You know, tonight we're supposed to have our first freeze. It's supposed to be 32 degrees tonight. And here we are, only September 6th of 2025. It's supposed to be that cold. So it's going to be a bit of a learning curve for Coach and Maestro here as far as this particular appliance. But off and running and first impressions, I could not convey to another homeowner, another barbecuer, the ease and versatility that this thing portrays itself as. It is easy. One of the things I love about it, believe it or not, is the industrial strength caster wheels. I'm able to roll it around on this brand new 10 by 12 deck. I'm able to roll it across gravel behind you there up into the covered back porch. And it's like rolling it on tires virtually. There's not a lot of sticking or anything else. It is not a 50-pound appliance. So you have to tug and pull on it just a little bit to get it to do what you want. But if you had a large patio or the back of the garage door and you could roll it around and push it and pull it, put it where you want it to, those casters are going to allow you to do that virtually effortless. And then with a flip of your toe, you lock them in place and you know that that barbecue is going to stay there for as long as you need it. Very impressed with that. And we're talking casters that were very heavy, very robust, and not something that's made out of plastic. They're made out of steel and rubber. Very, very well thought out as far as I'm concerned. Now, one of the things in a weird kind of survival way is as long as we have propane, and in the wintertime or the summertime, if our power goes out and our electric range or our microwave or our little mini air fryer stove that we have is not available and we don't have a backup generator for the whole house, guess what we're going to be using? We'll come out here and cook. No problems whatsoever. And life just keeps on moving on. Thanks, Napoleon Grill 500. So if you guys get a chance, I'd urge you to check in the description below. Go visit Spotix or Napoleon Grills. One of the parent companies is Spotix, and there's also Kick-Ass Grills that's on there. And they'll show you the whole line of Napoleon grills, this one included. But for now, I think that's the review that I'm going to leave you with. We're going to get off into dinner hour here. We're going to do some rib chops and some fresh tomatoes and enjoy another meal on our new Napoleon 500 Prestige Connect grill. Hey, if you guys have any questions regarding this product or how I presented it or anything else, drop them in the comments below. I'll make sure if I don't have the answer that I will get the answer for you and turn you in the right direction if you're considering an appliance such as this. Hey, thanks for tuning in. We appreciate it. As always, to your landscape success, your barbecue success, and your outdoor living experience, thanks for tuning in. Thumbs up, please. I'll catch you on the next video. Bye for now.